What's up, guys? So it's just a couple more weeks of my grind at school, so I'll be able to stop making these, extremely rudimentary videos. So this one is going to continue in my fledgling series about, Navy stories and, well, not Navy stories, questions about the Navy. And like I said before, this series is going to be completely guided by questions, so any questions you have about the Navy, be sure to ask them so I can come up with new videos for this series. So first off, I'm going to show pictures of the two ships I was stationed on. This is the USS McCampbell, and this is the USS Shiloh. These weren't the only two commands I was stationed at, but they were the only two ships. Now, the USS McCampbell was a guided missile destroyer. Well, it still is a guided missile destroyer. And the USS Shiloh was a guided missile cruiser. Now, to explain a little bit about what the functions of these types of ships are, let me go over how ships in the Navy work. Now, I wasn't the best sailor in the world, so don't quote me on this information, but this is information that I just got from years of being in the Navy. So the majority of what a ship does involves being part of a carrier strike group. A carrier strike group consists of an aircraft carrier, 2 to 3 destroyers, and a cruiser, as well as the aircraft squadrons that are either stationed on the carrier itself or go underway with the destroyers or the cruiser. I mean, essentially the destroyers are there to protect the carrier, because it's funny because a lot of people would think the carrier would be like the big danger ship, when it's actually the smaller ships that have all the weapons. The carrier is there for the major functions of a tactical group. Now, since people ask my opinion about which ships are better, okay, the two I was stationed on, personally I would say it's best to get stationed on a destroyer or a command ship like the Blue Ridge, the USS Blue Ridge. I was never stationed on a command ship itself, but we would always see them going to all the awesome ports and only being underway for a couple weeks max, so we were always kind of jealous of them. Destroyers are good because even though they do go underway all the time and stay out for a long time, they hit the best ports because they go out with the carrier or with the command ship, and they're small enough to access pretty much any port that is accessible. Then command ships just go wherever they want because they have the fleet admiral on board. So yeah. Now, cruisers tend to be in port more often, but when they do go underway, it's usually really boring unless they go out with the carrier. If they do go out by themselves, especially in 7th Fleet or specifically in Yokosuka, they tend to sit in a box. Well, they tend to not sit, they tend to sail around in a box outside North Korea, especially around Christmas, because that's when North Korea likes to stir up shit. So when you're stationed actually just in 7th Fleet in general, you tend to spend a lot of time pissed off at North Korea. The question of which one did I like more, I personally liked the destroyer more than I liked the cruiser, because I had a better experience overall. But I mean, I had trouble at first when I first got on the ship, but that's because I was just young and lazy. I mean, overall I just had a better experience. There was better people. And that was the thing with the second ship. It was a more toxic environment, but that was all because of the people. And it's always funny because in the Navy, people always blame it all on the leadership. It's not the leadership that makes things shitty. That's not the people you deal with on a regular basis. You deal with the people that respond to these, respond to these negative stimuli and make your day even worse. It's the ones that complain all the time, that make things bad, not the leadership. That's one of the biggest lessons you learn in the Navy. So that pretty much does it for this video. So as always, if you like my video, subscribe. If you like my music, buy it. And if you hate me, tell everybody. Out.